Hello everyone, welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes. I think it's just me tonight, so we'll rattle off a few things, get your thoughts on the result and also the upcoming game, and then we'll leave it at that. Because I am tired. I'm at Benfield tomorrow, so anyone wants to come down and watch some bit of non-league football, more than welcome. Playing in the FA Vars Cup, it's a big game. Welcome to the review of last night's first game in this year's UEFA Champions League and preview of Newcastle trips to Bournemouth on Sunday. Please like, share, subscribe, hype the show. It's a brand new thing. Hit the hype button. It's all free. Join from just 99p, donating using Super Chat in the bottom right-hand corner if you want to. All profits to selected charities chosen by our guests that we get on, which we're always searching. Please adhere to standard community guidelines, keep comments respectful, and of course, enjoy the show. Thank you, Leslie, and even Chairs and Gaz, who's in the house, as always. Great to see you, Gaz. And then we've got Martin dipping in his feet there. So Monday, 8:15 p.m, Oil Brothers returns. Just letting everyone know. Thanks over on Mancunian Way. So we're over on Martin's channel on Monday night to do the next episode 5. Love doing it because it's just nice to relax and talk about football. Very well, Martin. Thank you for that. So a few little things happened today and yesterday. Kieran Trippier, he shags who he wants. He shags who he wants. Kieran Trippier, he shags who he wants. Happy birthday to the top shagger who wears the number 2. And he's still looking good in my eyes. Also last night, Nick Pope, 100 appearances for Newcastle United. It's a fantastic achievement. And he's actually starting to look a lot better now, which we'll obviously go into. Evening, Gazmay, hope you're well. Thanks for joining as always. So 100 appearances for Popey, well deserved in a way. Obviously, he's now got competition, so he has to be good, doesn't he? Right, the game itself. Obviously, the starting lineup is what everybody was a little bit angry. No need to be sorry, mate. It's football. We're playing against Barcelona, one of the best teams in the world, who were second favourites to win it. I thought we put up a very good fight and I thought we did really well. But obviously all eyes were on the lineup. Obviously Voltemade was on the bench, so was Murphy. He started Alanga, Gordon up front and Barnes on the left. I think there's a lot of people out there who don't understand players in fatigue, cramps, the danger zones, they like to call it, don't they? This is why we got Bonce in, remember? Bonce was there to stop us from getting injuries. No, it's not baffling, mate. Explaining it now. So Voltemade comes in. He plays his first game against Wolves. He was gassed out by 60 minutes. He came off with cramps. And he's obviously not recovered enough to be a starter on last night and Sunday. There's a very short period between Thursday and Sunday. So for me, he wasn't fit enough last night to start the game. I think a 30-minute cameo was definitely the right thing to do, because you've got to remember these players aren't robots. Voltemade is only 22. He's still getting up to speed with his body and with coming from the German league to the Premier League and also playing in his first Champions League game. He hasn't had a pre-season with Newcastle, so he's not up to speed with how we are tactically, how the team works. He's going to get there very quickly, don't get me wrong, but his fitness levels will take time to catch up to what is expected of him. So if you throw Voltemade in against Wolves and then against Barcelona and then again on Sunday against Bournemouth away, there's a very good chance he breaks down and gets injured. And what happens if he's injured? We're left with both our star strikers that we signed in the window, right on deadline day almost, both out injured. And that leaves us with Asula up front. Because Gordon can't play on Sunday, remember? So what he did, what Eddie Howe decided, I know Voltemade would have wanted to have played, but you can't risk him starting and playing 60 minutes and taking them off and then expecting them to start on Sunday as well. It's too quick of a turnaround. It's not. Just think about his pre-season. Think about what league he's come from coming into the Premier League. You should know at all, Martin, with players who come from different leagues, how hard it is to get up to speed quickly. So it was just tightness. I mean, the Wolves game that the medical team and Bonds was worried about, if Wissa wasn't injured, there's a good chance Nick would only have made a sub appearance. Exactly. He's not up to speed yet. He will be. It was the right decision last night. Now, I will say this again. Last night was a glamorous fixture. But last night doesn't define our season. Yeah? It was the first game in the Champions League against Barcelona. Sunday is far more important than last night. And it's obvious why. Because if you don't qualify for the Champions League again this season, our spending power reduces. We can't carry on building the squad to a Champions League level. Or we'll find it difficult to do it because it's hard to attract players. So losing to Barcelona last night in Bau, where we put up a great performance, was not the end of the world. Losing on Sunday could be, because we'll only have 5 points in the Premier League. We'll drop down further down the table, then we'll drop further behind 5th spot. So there we go. That is the reason why. I'm worried I can't see where the goals are coming from. On Sunday, they will, because Voltamade will be starting up front. Agree, Gary V. And after watching the first 30 minutes of the Stuttgart game tonight, we are at a whole other level when it comes to pace and need for concentration. Exactly. Haaland played straight away, mate, in 70 games. He was 23. Yeah, but Haaland's like a beast. Voltamade is not. Come on. It's not even a great... I mean, Jesus Christ, mate. You're comparing Haaland to Voltamade already. He's played 60 minutes for us and then played 25 minutes for it. It's going to take him time to get used to being Newcastle United fit. Look at Lewis Hall, came from Chelsea, was gassing after 70 minutes when he played most of his Premier League games when he first started for us, because he wasn't used to the intensity and the levels that we play at. You don't play at those intensity levels because you play a different style of football. Haaland touches the ball 5 times in a game. Voltamade doesn't. He's a player that comes deep and wants to get involved. Team adapt exactly. No more Bundesliga comparing. That's all. Bundesliga is very different to the Premier League, and yeah, crazy. Anyway, War Flags knocked it out of the park again, as they always do. An absolute fantastic display. Again, all fan funded, just absolutely amazing. Absolutely loved it. But on to the game, just remember, Voltamade will come very, very good. You saw how good he was against Wolves and how good he was for 30 minutes last night. Trust me, the lad is going to come good. He just needs time to settle in. Yeah, exactly. Anthony Gordon was gassing as well until he coming from Everton to Newcastle. It's not only to be the Premier League, it's also the physicality. Exactly. But anyway, we started like a house on fire, didn't we? I was pleased Langer had started because of Barcelona's high line. I personally would have dropped Bonds and played Murphy and Langer, because I don't think Murphy deserved to be dropped. But again, that's another story, isn't it? But we should have been 2-0 up. The first chance... And I loved how quickly we were getting the ball to Elanga on the right-hand side, giving them a chance to go one-on-one against their left-back. And the first time he gets the chance to do that, he goes on the outside of him, gets to the ball line, cuts a great ball back. And Gordon, I don't know what he was doing. He tried to swipe it with his right foot, and he was nowhere near it. I thought he could have opened his body up and used his left foot to place it and get the power off the ball just by getting his foot on it. But he's not a striker. He's not left-footed. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't do it like that. But that's how I would have gone for it. But he completely hashes it. But Elanga's runs were fantastic. And then the next one where Bruno picks up the ball in midfield. He's got Gordon in an offside position, but he stabs it through because he knows Alanga is absolutely tearing it down the right-hand side. He gets to the right hand, crosses it in. Great ball, by the way. And there's Harvey Barnes on the back post. Just stick it back across the keeper, and it's 1-0, and he hits it straight at him. Now, for me, and I don't know if I'm being harsh, and you guys are going to need to tell me this who watched the game, but when Harvey Barnes got that ball, the defender had committed himself by sliding in. Should Harvey Barnes have either took a touch or laid it back first time to Anthony Gordon, who was on the penalty spot all by himself? Or am I being really critical of that chance? Because two things for me. You don't go the near post because the keeper's there. You go across the keeper. So if the keeper saves it, he parries it out into the middle of the goal. Anthony Gordon gets a tap in. Or you play it first time or take a touch and play it back to Anthony Gordon on the penalty spot, and hopefully he tucks it away. Personally, that's how I would have done it, because watching the great Peter Beardsley, that's the sort of thing Peter Beardsley would have done. You know, he would have took a touch, or he would have played it back to Gordon, because Gordon was in a great position, completely unmarked, and that would have capped off a great move and a great goal. But sadly, it didn't. All I'm saying is, mate, if you want to go far, sadly, players have to adapt quickly and learn to play 3 times a week. They will. You will, mate, but you've got to give him a chance to get up to it. He's only been here since the deadline day. This is what people forget. They see a price tag and they just expect players to be robots and perform. It doesn't work like that. I think Barnes had a right to shoot, but it could have gone either way. But it's 50-50. I think he's got to go across goal. That's my criticism of him the most, is that he didn't shoot cross goal. If he went to the far post where the ball came from, I think he got a better chance of scoring, or he got a better chance of getting a rebound. That's my take on it. Gary V, agree. It's early days, like you say. The only concern is getting Fulltyn to adapt to our style of play. Playing high press football requires a lot of sprinting, and I don't see him. He shouldn't need to do loads of sprints. You've seen the size of him. He should just be gangling over, shouldn't he? Being that type of centre forward. Yeah, I get it. There was a great first 15, 20 minutes. Barcelona started to get a hold of the ball, but again, they had 10 shots in the first half and not one single shot was on target. And I thought we were handling them very, very well. But bearing in mind, Pedri was just absolutely outstanding with De Jong. Them two, De Jong, they were just absolutely outstanding last night. When they got the ball, it was hard to get it off them. Rafinha was causing trouble. You know, I thought the two centre-backs handled Lewandowski very well, but I think Lewandowski also got the better of them a few times, especially in the air. I'm with you there, Baz, not shooting across the goal, but I don't know if that's hypercritical compared to Gordon's miss. Yeah. Like I say, Gordon's miss was terrible. And I don't know. Like I say, use your left foot, mate, and open your body up. I don't know. That's why I'm sitting here and there on the pitch at the end of the day. It's all about opinions. But I thought we were absolutely superb in that first half. And I don't know if you guys remember when we were doing the look ahead and when I was doing the watch along at the start of this show, before the ball was even kicked, the word clinical, I used that a lot. We had to be clinical. And unfortunately, we weren't. We just weren't clinical. And I said at halftime, are we going to be punished for not being clinical? And the answer was yes, wasn't it? I thought Rashford was having a poor game. I mean, he created one chance himself in the first half where Trippier overcommitted himself. He dummied. He ran in behind him, ran down the wing, cut inside, did a few little step overs, and then dragged his shot wide, which was a terrible effort at the end of the day. But I thought we handled him very well until the second half. But it's our own doing, because I personally think both goals could have easily been eradicated from that game. Easily. The first one, obviously, Schär has gone down twice before this goal happens, and he's probably, by the sounds of things, he could have been concussed. He got a ball right to the side of the face, 3 yards away from I think it was Rashford who smashed it into his face, Rashford or Lewandowski, one of the two. I mean, he connected with it as well, and it flew into the side of his temple. And it was a rocket of a shot. And I always remember Toon Paul saying, it's just a ball to the face. Just got to get up and get on with it. Just shows he's never played football in his life. Because that, it obviously concussed him. And then the goal comes from it because they work it well on the right-hand side, cuts back on his left foot. He puts a low driving cross in. Before the ball's even crossed, Schär is right next to Rashford. And then suddenly he takes 2 steps towards the goal, leaving Rashford alone. And then he's too far away to try and get back in to make any contact with the header away. And Rashford buries the header brilliantly into the bottom corner. It was a superb header. What a shame Ramsey wasn't fit. That second half was made for him. Yeah, again, even the first half was made for him. I'm still super proud of the boys. We can't forget that there's still a lot more investment we need to improve till we're proper Champions League regulars. Until then, I'm proud of everyone who wears our shirt. Yeah, well said, Ches. I couldn't agree more. But that goal is preventable had the medical staff done their job. So have the medical staff mucked up here when they should have used especially when you've got Botman and Chow on the bench. Why are you taking any risks with Schär? If he's any sort of concussed, use the concussion rule substitution and bring on Chow or Botman. Perfect replacements for him. It's not like we were bringing on a Lascelles or a Kraft. We were bringing on either one of the 2 better centre-backs that are at the club, to be honest with you. I think that they're both lucky to be on the bench, but, you can't bench Schär and Burn the way they've been playing this season. But why take the risk? And that's a criticism of either the medical team or to Eddie Howe. They should have made the decision there and then when that happened, and that first goal could have been avoidable had they done that. I don't think Chow looked good when he... What? Didn't he look good? Sorry, I read that, Raf. Didn't look good. I was like, what the hell? Yes, he did look very good. Looked very composed. Very looking forward to seeing him play on Sunday, to be fair, because I think he will be thrown into the starting lineup now. But I think the medical staff and I think Eddie Howe were cocked up there. You learn from your lessons, but when you've got class substitutions, do not take any risk and just take him off and replace him with a great player that was coming on. And we saw what he did when he came on. He was excellent. The second goal, again, ball was played in. There was panic in the defence. Dan Burn at fault, unfortunately, he just swings his right foot at the ball and doesn't make any sort of connection with it properly. And it scuffs itself to Rashford. Don't get me wrong, he's still got a lot of work to do. I mean, he takes 2 touches to his right and somehow gets his body across the ball. He's used the outside of his right foot as well. And he's absolutely nailed it like an arrow, and it curls and dips, hits the bar and goes in. I mean, it was an absolute superb strike. But if Dan Burn had a bit more composure, could have put his foot on that ball and got rid of it. Even his swipe was poor. He just needs to make a better connection. And I'm not blaming him fully for the goal, because, I mean, at the end of the day, the goal was absolutely superb and no one saw that coming when he picked up the ball where he was. But you've just got to look at it and go, they're the small margins. If you get things wrong at this level, you are punished. And we were certainly punished, weren't we? And went to 2-0. The substitutions happened exactly how I thought they would. Voltemade coming on with Murphy. I thought the 2 of them would come on together. And I knew Alanga was going to come off. But it was a bit strange to see also, Chow came on for Schär, which he had to, but also Willock coming on as well, who seemed to be playing a floating role in midfield as a 10 behind Voltemade, which was quite interesting. And I thought Willock looked all right. But we huffed and puffed. Very hard to get the ball off Barcelona when they've got it. Hi guys from a sunny on Tyrol. Not too late this time. With a striker from start, we get a result. Possibly, absolutely possibly. But yeah, so we huffed and puffed, and it came in the 89th minute. Great move involving Bruno. One-touch football, which was always important. The little Fulltyn flick back to Bruno. Bruno out to Murphy, and the perfect cross in the corridor of uncertainty into the box. And Gordon ran onto it with his left foot, and that finish was beautiful. Because I don't know if, just watch it again, the way he hits the ball into the ground so it bounces up. Keeper's got no chance. Clips the post on the way in, and we thought we had a chance of potentially causing an upset and getting a point. But credit to Barcelona, they really showed us how to see out a game. The way they held the ball, the way they won fouls, the way they fouled us when momentum was just starting to build. They basically, for 7-8 minutes, which is what was left on the clock, played an absolute blinder, and we couldn't get near them. So fair play to them, and a great win for them. I mean, Hansi Flick. This is the Champions League. What we played today, the atmosphere was fantastic, and Newcastle were very good. A tall, physical, strong team with fast and tall players who defend well. I appreciate it. So we obviously enjoyed the game and enjoyed the win probably just as much. Frankie, I heard a lot from the players in the Dutch team who played in the English Premier League. About the atmosphere in this stadium. Atmosphere was fantastic. When we entered the pitch, truly wonderful. They are real football fans engaging with the moments of the game. It's really nice to hear those comments from the Barcelona side of things. And Eddie Howe was asked about Fulltyn. I can't live in that world. I have to make decisions for the benefit of the player sometimes. That was a real difficult one for Nick. Any player would have to start any game, but I got to try and manage him into the team, try and make sure he stays fit. That was always at the heart of the decision. Of course, knowing we have Anthony suspended as well for the next game. So it all ties into why he was on the bench. We know why. It makes absolute sense. And I don't understand why people were questioning it, to be honest with you, as much as they have been. It was an obvious decision. But back in the black and white, the War Flags knocked it out of the park. But we move on. It was a loss. It could have been better. It could have been more. But these things happen. They really do. Anyways, let's have a little look at what potentially could happen in the Bournemouth game. But before we do that, don't forget about Diet Crow, our amazing sponsors. They knock it out of the park all the time. 20% off if you use code BAZ20 for all their stock range. They've got loads of stuff in there, so please consider checking it out. And we've also got the Joelinton experience, of course. Sparky, who's a lovely lad, started a new business where they do tour experiences around the Northeast. I will be going on one myself at some point to record it and show you how good it is. So contact them and get yourself a tour. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you enjoy my crack. Not my actual crack. A crack that comes out my mouth. Right. This is how I think Eddie Howe is going to go against Bournemouth. Now, personally, I wouldn't do this, but let me know what you think, because this is potentially the lineup. Now, you can't change all of the back five in one game, which is why I think Trips will keep his place. There's also a strong chance that Dan Burn might keep his place over Botman as well. So it's a tough one, this one, to understand what is gonna happen, because I'm really not sure. This isn't the team I would play, though, by the way. This is the team that I think Eddie Howe might go with. You go Murphy on the right, Barnes on the left, Fulltyn up front, same three in midfield. You'll bring Lewis Hall back in. I think Tino needs a bit of a rest. Trips also needs a rest. But again, you can't change everyone. So it'll either be Trips or Tino. playing at right back, but Lewis Hall will definitely come in. And then we take it from there, really. Nick Pope, I think Nick Pope deserves to stay in it. I thought he was absolutely superb last night. He commanded his box well. He did everything well. So I would be inclined to think that's how Eddie Howe would line up. Now, if I had the choice, this is how we would line up. So I would keep Tino in because of his pace. I think Trips probably maybe need a bit of a break. I would change Botman and Chow to come in. But I would go Elanga on the left and Murphy on the right and Voltamede in the middle. I just think Harvey Barnes needs to come out of the team for a couple of games. I don't think he's been impressive at all. I mean, this is my starting 11. What do you guys think of it? You tell me what you think. This is our recent form. 0-0, 3-2 loss, 0-0, 1-0 win in the Premier League. Bournemouth won 1-0, lost 2-0 away to Brentford. Sorry, at home to Brentford in the League Cup. Have beaten Spurs 1-0 at Spurs and also beaten Brighton 2-1. That's an incredible run of form. I mean, they lost to Liverpool 4-2. So they've won 3 and lost 2. And that is incredible for a team who have lost the players that they've lost, to be fair. Absolute stunning run of games. They're a bit of a surprise package this season because everyone thought they'd just fold away, but nope, they're still there. This is how SofaScore has them potentially lining up. Obviously, we all know who the danger men are. Tavernier is a very good player. Elvin Nielsen up front likes a goal against us. Semenyo is obviously the key player when it comes to it. No Cliver, which is a bit of a strange one, unless he's injured, which I haven't really seen anything of. Let's have a look to see if there's any injuries. So injuries for Bournemouth, Adam Smith. I thought he was on. No, Tyler Adams. Eunice Unel and Dikiti. So Cliver, according to this, is fit. So I don't know why Clivert's not playing. I mean, Clivert was one of the better players. We're obviously missing Johan Wissed, Jacob Ramsey, Anthony Gordon suspended for his last game. Fabian Schär has got concussion. Kieran Trippier is doubtful. So there's a very good chance that Tino will play at right back. Go on, Borough lad. Agree, Barnes needs to be super sub. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is quite a strong team. I'm still surprised Clivert's not there, but there we go. But Semenyo is the one to watch. Brooks is a good player as well. I mean, they're a strong outfit. They really are. And let's face it, Eddie Howe does not like playing against Bournemouth for some reason. We never seem to get a result. After a 4-2 opening day defeat to Liverpool, Bournemouth have won each of their last 3 games in the Premier League. The Cherries have won 4 successive games in the competition twice before in December 2023 against 2018 under current manager Eddie Howe. Newcastle United have gone 3 away Premier League games without scoring, drawn 2, lost 1. With the last 2 ending goalless, the Magpies last went 4 in a row without an away goal in December, January in 2020-21 season. While Leicester in 1996-77 are the only side to draw each of their first 3 away top flight matches in goalless results. That's a weird one. Only Wolverhampton Wanderers, 23, have used more players in the Premier League so far this season than Bournemouth, 22. Though only Nottingham Forest, 1, have made fewer changes to their starting 11. Cherries have made 2. Maybe that's why Clivert's not getting in the team, because they've been performing well without him. No side has kept more clean sheets in the Premier League this season than Newcastle, 3, while the Magpies also have the lowest expected goals against total, 2.1. Newcastle 31 and Bournemouth 29 are 2 of the 3 sides with the most high turnovers recorded in the Premier League so far this season, while the pair rank first and second for pressed sequences in the competition. Newcastle 57, Bournemouth 49. So we do like to play very similar. We like to play the high press, both sides. Whoever wins that wins the game, because you're going to create chances from it, aren't you? Newcastle boss Eddie Howe has never beaten former side Bournemouth in 6 attempts in the Premier League, drawn 4, lost 2. One of the 3 teams he's faced in the competition and is yet to beat, along with Luton, drawn 1, lost 1, and Man City, drawn 2, lost 16. The only manager to take charge of more games against a former Premier League side without winning is Rafa Benitez against Liverpool, 7 games. Semenyo, 5 goals, 2 assists, while Cody Gakpo's got 5, has created more chances following a carry than his 4. Newcastle's Kieran Trippier has made more passes that have broken the defensive line than any other player in the Premier League this season, 9. So if Trippier doesn't play, we are going to be missing his creativity and the way he pushes us forward up the field. Because you've noticed a lot of times we like to get the ball out to the right to Trippier, and Trippier moves the ball forward out of defence. That's how we like to do it. This is a huge game for us because Bournemouth have got 9 points. We've got 5 points, so we can go with a point of them if we beat them. But if they win, they go 7 points ahead of us. And that's a big gap even at this early stage of the season. You just don't want it happening too much. Played 15 times against each other. Bournemouth have won 4, Newcastle have won 5, and there's been 6 draws. In the Premier League, Bournemouth beat us 4-1 at St James's Park. We drew 1-1 at their ground, and we drew 2-2 at our ground in Feb 2024. So this really is a tough game. In Eddie Howe's bogey team, we've seen his bogey with Liverpool carrying on this season. Can this be a bogey that he gets rid of this season? Can we finally beat a Bournemouth team on their home soil and get this hoodoo off our back? I'm not 100% sure. Get your predictions in, guys, because that's the last part of it. I really want to know what you guys think before we go on to anything else. Well, before you get my prediction, basically, because there's not a lot left to talk about. But Volta-Mede is going to be a huge plus for us starting on Sunday. I think he'll only last 60, 65, 70 minutes again. And then you may have to throw a Sula on or throw Barnes up front or a Langer up front. I think it's a must not lose, Gaz. I think to keep that momentum going, I think a draw would be a good result, to be honest with you. But I want a win. I really want to see us beat Bournemouth at last. 0-2 on Sunday. I like that, Gary. I'm not 100% sure. I'm really not. I'm struggling with this one because my head says it's possibly another draw. My heart says we might beat them 1-0. Yeah, where's Morgul with his 7-0 prediction? That's what we need. Superfan Dan has gone with a 2-1 win to Newcastle. So is Ian. So yeah, I'm struggling with this one. I think it's got 1-1 written all over it, but maybe a 2-1 win either way. So I am going to say 2-1 Newcastle. There we go. I think we're going to win. I think we need to be aggressive. I don't like to be negative, but I think we lose the game 2-1. Guys, it could easily happen, mate. It's how our run of form goes when it comes to playing Bournemouth, doesn't it? We know they're a tough side, and we know that they cause us problems. So I'm going to go 2-1 win. I am going to Benfield tomorrow. I'll be there around about 2 o'clock-ish if anyone wants to come down for a drink. They are playing in the FA Vase Cup. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. Great to see some non-league football. And we'll also be discussing the next charity match as well. That'll happen in August. So if you want to come down and have a drink, I'll be there for the game, and then I'll be heading back home again because I can't do a watch along because I've got the kids all day on Sunday. So I'm going to be spending some time with them while trying to watch the game at the same time. I'm sorry it's a short show tonight, but I'm fortunately on my own because everyone else is busy. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hit the thumbs up button, guys. Hit the like button, hit the super hype button and all that sort of stuff. But don't forget, Voltemade is going to come good. He will be fit. We just could not risk him playing Saturday, Thursday, Sunday. It really is that simple. And that's the reason why he didn't start last night, because you will be starting on Sunday. Yes, I can't wait for tomorrow. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in and joining in the chat. Really appreciate you guys. And we will see you on Sunday night for the review show, straight after the game. And then Monday, Martin's channel, Mancunian Way. Get yourself over to that. And then on Tuesday, we've got our fans forum. Looking forward to doing that again as well. So take care till then, guys.